what are the steps? What is something that somebody who's holding a lot of shame or a lot of guilt should start to do in order to lessen that load? Like, what's an exercise or a meditation or something that they should start doing to heal?
Totally. First couple things I want to say before I answer that. I thought of the word. It's controversial.
Oh, I
And
love it. Oh my gosh.
yeah, I'm like, duh. And what you spoke to just now about like having shame, about not having shame, such a common thing that I see in my work, like this feeling bad for feeling good. I think we have a cultural conditioning around suffering where we all like can connect and relate to each other about our suffering. So when we're not suffering, it feels really uncomfortable and we almost feel like we shouldn't, or like, you know, who am I to be successful or feel good when others aren't? So it's a very real thing where we can have shame about good or bad things, and it's just so interesting. And you know, whatever your shame or your guilt is attached to, I definitely always have people start with noticing it. Like for me, there was shame going on for years and I didn't even know it. Like I often attributed it to just like self-doubt or not believing in myself, until I was like, no, this is like actual like shame, like feeling bad about myself. So one, noticing it. What are the little threads or beliefs that are attached to your feelings of shame? And getting intimate with yourself to realize, how does your shame express itself? What does it feel like when you are experiencing shame, so that you can start to recognize those sensations in your day-to-day life? Because once you are aware of it, then in the moment you have the ability to make a shift or do something different. And then from there, I would have you look at, where does this shame come from? Like, who said I should be ashamed about this? Like, who wrote the book of life that has me believing this about myself? So like, where do those beliefs come from? And then like asking yourself, what's another way that I want to think about this? If it doesn't feel good to feel shame about this and make myself feel wrong about this, how do I want to feel about it? So like for me, in my abortion, I rewrote the story by saying, this is so normal. I'm not an isolated case. Like, it's so common for women to have abortions. And just like bottom line, like, I'm not going to make myself wrong for having had one. This was my life path. This was my decision. And I'm choosing to own that now. So once we own our life experience and our decisions, then the shame can't have as much power over us anymore. Another thing I would add is definitely connect with others about it, so that you're not alone in your experience, because sometimes our mind is too powerful, especially when we get feelings in there, and our feelings overpower our mind. So when we have other people with us who can bring us back down to earth and who we are, and help remind us that like we're worthy of love, and these beliefs that we want to empower about ourselves like are worthy of that.